Describe what your organization does in one sentence.
So my organization, Decathlon, is the world multi-sport leader in 70 countries with 100,000 teammates, making sports available to the many.
How long does it take you to get ready in the mornings?
About 20 minutes.
Most valuable skill you've learned in life?
To be empathic.
City in which the best kiss of your life happened?
Mexico.
How many speakers can you name at this conference?
Maybe 5.
Okay. In one sentence, describe one problem that your organization is facing.
To make sports available to more people using a lot more digital ways and experiences.
How do you relax?
Sport, meditation, reading.
And can you name at least 3 speakers?
Yep, there was Claire Kanjan. There was Andre from Miro. There was, forgot her name, that lady from the
company works as well.
ARC investing, yeah.
A habit of yours that you hate?
Pass.
Work from home or work from office?
Both.
Most embarrassing moment of your life?
Pass.
How many hours of sleep can you survive on?
0.
Your favorite app?
Decathlon.com. Decathlon.
First movie that comes to your mind when I say the word technology?
That's a good one. Did I use all the pass already?
You can use it again. Okay. How many cups of coffee do you drink in a day?
Usually 0.
Favorite Netflix show?
Actually, I'm gonna switch to Amazon Prime. It's The Expanse.
Okay.
And that might be the other answer for the technology one.
Okay. So that's the end of the rapid fire. So for the long questions, the first one is, so how has the pandemic affected the digitization strategy of Decathlon? Like in what way?
In a very, very positive way, in the sense that there was this massive understanding that digital was a strong channel that we needed to develop. And in short, pre-pandemic, for a company that was making, north of 10 billion euros of turnover in more than 70 countries, post-pandemic, we ended up at more than 20%. So a huge shift in awareness and also in solutions and experiences delivered to our customers digitally.
And how is your strategy of digitization differed from other brands in the similar sphere?
Well, first off, I think there's a lot of common between a lot of brands, and that's okay. I mean, because we all need to go in the same direction. Yet, I think there are a couple of things that stand out. First of all, we have a major desire deep inside our DNA to be planet positive. Decathlon serves hundreds of millions of customers all over the world with sport products. And so we use digital a lot to make sure that the carbon footprint of our company is as small as possible. So for instance, in 2026, we have a goal of having 100% of our products being eco-designed. And eco-design means optimizing every process and part of the product so that its carbon footprint is the smallest as possible. And that requires a lot of digital. So that might be, something that we do differently from other companies because it's so deep within our processes. And another thing is we want to shift from just providing products and equipment to people to practice sports, whether it's casual or high performance sports, to a world of sport experience. That world where you, as a sport practitioner or active practitioner, it might be even for urban mobility, you have this continuous interaction with Decathlon, whether for buying, but also for practicing, for improving, for connecting with your community. So these are a lot of digital experiences that we're building for our customers.
And are you planning to work with some influencers or like social media people to try to make this happen, this experience of Decathlon?
Yeah, we started to do that and do some operations. These are very different. We're in 70 countries, so every time it's different. Now, I think going forward, we're probably going to have a more global approach to this. In France, we worked with a couple of influencers, CC Mua and others. But more globally going forward, we're probably going to be a bit more stronger with that. Yeah.
So as a chief digital officer, what do you think the future of cloud computing is?
Well, I think the future of cloud computing is already here. And I've been working for the past almost 20 years in the Silicon Valley. I used to live in San Francisco. Cloud computing has been around me in my life for at least 10 years. So to me the future is here. If you're talking about the next step, I think this is taking us into Web3 and how we rethink the notion of ownership thanks to Web3 and the notion of transparency of what companies are doing for our customers, and that's something that's going to matter to us a lot. Because at Decathlon, trust and high ethics is at the core of our company for the past 45 years. So we're going to build upon that a lot.
And so you talked about the Decathlon experience. Is there going to be gamification involved in that in any way?
Yeah. Somehow, I mean, an easy answer, is that for us, sport is a game. It's always about playing and winning, of course. But to give you some examples, recently we worked with the best table tennis game in virtual reality. That's 11 table tennis, and you played with an Oculus Quest. We worked with them to make the precision of the sensation as good as possible and as close as possible to reality by analyzing and using our skills, analyzing all the movements of the ball, the racket, and all that. And we also developed, and we're selling this, a dongle to plug your virtual reality handle on a dongle that looks like a racket, so that the gestures and the feeling are as close as possible to the real game. Yet you don't have a table, you don't have a ball, you just play in virtual reality, and it's getting so close to the real game that even good players are using it to practice. So it's a form of gamification, and we're definitely going into this.
And how vastly adapted do you think this is going to get in the future? Like, is it going to become commonplace everywhere for this to happen?
Well, there's two things. On one hand, we deep in our DNA, we are super open and innovative, so we are going in these directions. Another example is that we have connected treadmills where you can also put a VR headset and walk in a virtual world rather than just looking at the wall in front of you. So we're innovating and trying all these experiences. At the same time, to us, sports has to be also lived outside with other people, collective sports. We're a big fan of hiking, nature sports, and so on. So it's a balance, embracing digital, but also being so close to the roots of sports and what makes it so important, and health, I would say, for our health and our well-being.
So what, in your opinion, which element is the most important when it comes to improving and enhancing user experience?
Well, the most important is to understand the users, obviously. That starts with that. That is establishing, that understanding of what their expectations are, perceptions are. So that in Decathlon we have that little secret sauce is that we have more than 1,800,000 stores all over the planet. We're present in 70 countries, and we're an international company. So we can talk to users physically every day, and that we leverage a lot in order to understand what they want. And people want digital, but they just don't want digital. They want this omni-channel experience that goes from or starts in digital, goes to the store, and back and forth. And also with circular economy, where we go heavily into renting long-term, short-term. Let's say you don't buy a bike for your kids that are growing and you change it every year. You rent them over the long term and you get new ones. We also go into second-hand. So we really have that close contact with users. At the same time, a user experience to me is also about trust and ethics, and this is super important. And the direction we are going in providing a larger user experience to people through digital applications. We've released things such as Decathlon Outdoors, Decathlon Coach, Decathlon Pacer, which are activities and applications that help users practice their sport beyond the act of purchase. With that and through that, they spend more time with us, and they entrust us with their data. And so in the customer experience here, what really matters is the trust that people can place in Decathlon. And so we build everything with a strong ethic at the core of our DNA. So to me, these are two key levers, key pillars of the customer experience.
Okay, so the last question for you is a little personal. It is, what would you be doing in your life if not this?
If I would not be doing this, I would either do two things. I would work in a very tech forward environment in innovation. So I mentioned Web3. It's a domain that is very exciting to me, and I would be at the forefront of innovation. Or I think I would not be working. I would just do what I love the most, which is hiking and mountaineering. So one of both.
All right.